Hello everyone, welcome to From the Star Wars Home Video Library. I'm your host, Nathan P. Butler, the author of a saga on home video, and what we're going to be taking a look at this time is actually not a home video item per se. This episode and the next are going to look at some sort of supplemental items that go along with home video, because they were either something that was released as a bonus item for buying something on home video, or they were something to help you buy home video releases in the first place. This is all, of course, leading up to the fact that the Rogue One Blue Fans one-click set, that awesome set that was sort of hinted at when looking at the one from The Force Awakens, is finally on its way to me, actually in the mail from the UK. So hopefully very soon I'll have that. That'll probably be our next episode after this pair, but in this episode and the next, weird little side items. Now, if you lived in the UK back in 2016, then you had the opportunity to get various versions of The Force Awakens. So we took a look at them in recent past, so we're not going to take a look at all of them again. But you had basically the light side version, the dark side version, you had that Zavi Steelbook, and so on. Different choices for picking up The Force Awakens. But if you were to pick up any version of The Force Awakens at Tesco, which is a store that, as far as I know, doesn't exist in the United States, but which is also the place where I believe you were able to get that Rogue One's big sleeve edition back last year. If in 2016 you had bought The Force Awakens there at Tesco, there was actually a bonus item that you could get that I didn't know existed until recently. So unfortunately, that also means it's not in the Meanwhile in the UK segment for The Force Awakens in a saga on home video. But it will be in the second edition, whatever the heck that happens in the coming years. But if you bought yourself a copy of The Force Awakens there, you got a special book that is sort of a compilation of material from other books. It's called the Star Wars Expert Guide. And this is it. It's fairly small here from a size standpoint. To put it next to a phone, this is an iPhone 7 with a, you can see there, we got the wallpaper there for Skyrim, because I'm playing Skyrim VR from time to time. But we're talking only a little bit bigger than one of the larger iPhones. It's not a standard guidebook size that would be much, much bigger. In fact, this is smaller than a DVD case. But it's the Star Wars Expert Guide. Notice on the top we have Chewbacca, Rey, and BB-8. On the bottom, we have a Stormtrooper, Vader, and Boba Fett. We have that sticker there that says, exclusive to Tesco. But what is exclusive to Tesco in this book from DK, from Dorling Kindersley? There we go, we have Star Wars Expert Guide, BB-8 there, and then the Dorling Kindersley symbol. Then the back with our X-Wing TIE Interceptor, that is a T-65 X-Wing, TIE Interceptor and Kylo Ren, DK, and of course our little UPC symbol at the bottom. It tells us that it was printed in China, and its price is 4.99 pounds. That is the British currency, which I actually just learned because I'm backing the Nemesis board game on Kickstarter, is hold down the Alt key and hit 156 and then let go of Alt, and you can actually get a pound symbol instead of me having to do the old thing of just looking it up online and copying and pasting it. But $4.99 in terms of pounds, not dollars. These days it'd be a little bit more than that in dollars. But what you've got here is a book that's sort of again, a compilation of material from other books to be sort of a primer for Star Wars fans who want a little bit more depth than something very basic, but aren't going to buy an entire giant guidebook. The back text says, get ready to become a Star Wars ace. From Jedi to Sith, Rebels to Imperials, clones to Stormtroopers, lightsabers, vehicles, and droids. This brilliant book is jam-packed with facts about Star Wars. Includes exciting new characters from Star Wars, The Force Awakens. But what is it exactly? Well, you open it up. Kind of a cool Star Wars Expert Guide, this book belongs to type of page there, so probably geared towards younger audiences here. But as you flip through, you got interesting info pages as you go along, but their style changes as you're going through until eventually you get to stuff that is quite obviously the Force Awakens visual dictionary stuff. It's like, well, what exactly is it that I'm looking at here? Well, what this does is it's pulling excerpts, selected pages, from several different books that they identify there in the copyright. So this book, as a bonus item in 2016 from DK, from Tesco in the UK, no intentional DK UK thing there, just sort of happened, actually contains content previously published in Star Wars The Force Awakens, the Visual Dictionary in 2015, Beware the Sith, 2012, Battles for the Galaxy, for 2011, and Mysteries of the Jedi, also from 2011. So it is a combination here. For those who are curious, the pages, the sections in it, we have The Force has two sides. Which would you choose? The Jedi Code. Feel the Force. How can you become a Jedi? The Jedi Trials. How to build a lightsaber. Lightsaber spotting. That is, being able to tell the difference between them. The Dark Side. The Rule of Two. Sith lightsabers. Sith powers. Are you on a path to the dark side? Droid Army. Vehicles. The Separatists. Clone Army. Clone Trooper identification. Vehicles. The Republic. Clone Trooper to Stormtrooper. Wartime transformation. Imperial Army. Vehicles. The Empire. Rebel Alliance. Vehicles. The Rebels. Ewok Warriors. Peace Interrupted. Poe Dameron. Finn. Kylo Ren. Rey. And Stormtroopers. Lots and lots of Stormtroopers showing up in here, just in terms of the different topics they chose to include. So, if you were someone who picked up the 2016 release back in April of 2016 of The Force Awakens, you could have gotten your hands on this from Tesco. Now, I was able to find it on eBay, but what seems to be, at least in the US, a somewhat little-known item that was a bonus over in the UK that has no US equivalent. Oh, the books it pulls from have US equivalents, but this little expert guide does not have a US equivalent, at least not that I've been able to find. So, a cool little thing to add if you're a Star Wars home video collector and want to add that to your Star Wars home video library, or if you're a Star Wars book collector and want to add it to your Star Wars library. Really just sort of depends on where your tastes lie, but a cool find nonetheless. Special thanks to YouTube viewer The Three Lemons for pointing this out to me. Otherwise, I would never have known that it existed. So, special thanks for that, and thank you all for watching. May the Force be with the home video viewers.